According to the World Stroke Organization, there are over 13.7 million new stroke cases each year. It is estimated that 1 in 4 people over the age of 25 will suffer a stroke in their lifetime. This condition can cause paralysis to a part of the victim's body, and the only way to regain movement is a long and painful process of repetitive exercises, which can be as simple as moving one finger at a time. This lifelong rehabilitation therapy has been described by the patients as tedious, repetitive, and frustratingly time-consuming. The patients often feel discouraged to perform the exercises, losing motivation in the long run and taking much longer to heal. We asked ourselves, how can we make this daunting process an enjoyable journey, bringing an element of fun while creating a stronger link between the physiotherapist and the patient? With this in mind, we created Stello, a stroke therapy companion capable of tracking every rehabilitation exercise and transforming them into entertaining VR experiences. It was designed not only to make rehabilitation a more enjoyable process, but also to create a stronger connection between the patients and the physiotherapists, even at the comfort of one's home. Here's how it works. This is Mikko. He is a young stroke survivor. He's going through the painful and long process of rehabilitation therapy, but he forgets to do the exercises or gets easily distracted. He is frustrated as he doesn't see any improvement in his training, and during his regular checkup, his improvements are not apparent due to the lack of practice and disinterest in the process. With Stello, we can solve all of this. At the physiotherapy center, Mikko is introduced to the Stello rehabilitation therapy by his assigned physiotherapist. With Stello, Mikko can efficiently perform the exercises while immersing himself into an interactive and enjoyable virtual reality, in which every exercise becomes an entertaining and rewarding experience. Meanwhile, his physiotherapist can efficiently track and assess Mikko's performance during all the exercises. Stello's core is the main module, which contains state-of-the-art tracking technology powered by our sponsor HitSeed microchip SE2. This allows the patient's movement to be translated into meaningful data, which is transmitted to the VR app and to the patient's personal page on the website. The hand module can be attached to the hand to track all wrist and hand exercises, while the bracelet module can be used to attach Stello to the arms, legs, and torso of the patients. At the end of the session, the physiotherapist can then use the website to schedule a new series of exercises for Mikko to perform at home. The website allows him to select exercises and levels of difficulty based on Mikko's evolving progress, making sure he receives a tailored schedule every time. When at home, Mikko receives a notification on his Stello app, which reminds him to start his daily home rehabilitation session. He places his Stello bracelet on the affected leg, and by using a more economic VR headset, his phone becomes the center of the VR experience. During the training, he can see the number of repetitions and series he has left, and a central bar which clearly guides his performance and range of motion. At the end of each session, he can see how well he has performed in all exercises, feeling reassured about his progress. In the main menu, Mikko can also enter the extra exercise session, which features the opportunity to train independently, selecting through a range of many exercises catalogued by body part. In the progress session, Mikko can then quickly visualize his progress in all exercises since the first day of training. At the end of each session, the data is sent to the physiotherapist via the cloud, where it is stored and accessible by both parties. The health professional can then use it to improve Mikko's future rehabilitation therapy. So, how did we make this happen? Stello is a joint project between students at Aalto University in Helsinki and the international team in Riga's Technical University as part of the product development project. With multidisciplinary expertise, the team was able to combine their different abilities and to surpass the challenges of the project. We were challenged by our sponsor HitSeed to use their powerful and intelligent microchip to develop a commercial product which would implement tracking and haptic technology within VR experiences. From an early stage, the team went through a long process of brainstorming, exploring ideas related to controlling machines remotely, e-textiles interventions, and the improvement of computer-aided design applications, which we got to thoroughly explore during our PD6 week. But the team was attracted by the idea of using VR technology as a tool to truly make a significant change in people's lives, which led us to research into the healthcare sector. We hit a milestone when we met with the Aalto DEBARE researchers, learning how VR technologies and e-textiles can help physiotherapy patients regain movement control. Lacking expertise in the healthcare field, we decided to get in contact with leading professionals. Through a series of interviews, workshops, and supervised physiotherapy routines, we were able to create a clear picture of the user journey of the evolving interaction between physiotherapists and patients, identifying pain points and opportunities for improvements. Through multiple business blueprints and low-fidelity wireframes, we started to envision how our product would integrate in this journey, solving problems in the existing interaction. Meanwhile, we started getting familiar with our sponsor's technology. Starting off with a schedule of typical rehabilitation exercises, we could measure and visualize the values outputted by the HitSeed chip, using a Bluetooth dongle to communicate with a computer containing VR app and exercise assessment functions. Working with gyroscopes, the actual HitSeed microchip, and several lines of coding was a big challenge to the team. Each member contributed to the final outcome by stepping up, learning a great deal of information in a relatively short period of time. Meanwhile, we explored the physical product, closely studying the patient's requirements and movement limitations. We started off with lots of sketches, exploring shape and features, quickly implementing our ideas with 3D softwares and printing some of them for immediate testing. Presenting a semi-working prototype by the Midway show, we made further plans to improve the ergonomics of the final object and its interaction. The final redesign features a much sleeker and smarter shape, tailored to work on all body types, and a modular feature with a simple but extremely effective magnetic mechanism, easy to operate with just one hand. During our interviews with stroke patients, the team noticed that one aspect that would keep them away from exercising would be the stress associated with obtaining immediate results. We aim to create a place of rest and calm in the VR environments, where exercising is a relaxing action with a tangible and clear final aim, giving the patients a feeling of satisfaction and reward. A main concern was to design an interface which could be easily navigable by patients of all ages. To do so, the team designed a wireframe for the application which reduced the information display to the minimum. This required a long process of definition of the information architecture, which we tested with peers and through video calls with physiotherapists. Making Stelo has been a long journey filled with gaps and obstacles, but also many times great successes and satisfactions. Of course, immersing ourselves in a completely new discipline, as well as learning new technologies from scratch, and facing the limitations caused by the COVID-19 when trying to test and to prototype, made us wonder many times whether we were actually going to reach our goals in the end. However, our desire to truly make a product that could change the life of people drove our motivation until the end and allowed us to bring Stelo to the world. While the journey of rehabilitation can be long and painful, full of ups and downs, we believe in a future in which Stelo will bring motivation and enjoyment into the everyday therapy, accompanying those hits by this condition along a faster and brighter recovery.